So welcome everybody, and today I'm going to teach you all about breaking state and future pacing. This is part of an evidence procedure that's an NLP technique that gets your client to understand that the problem is gone. Wow, the problem is actually gone. So I'm Trish Palmer, I am your host here for today. So breaking state and future pacing is done at the end of the hypnosis script, okay? When it comes to breaking state, it's a really great technique to actually learn, because you can actually do it at any time if you're in an argument, or if you're in a situation where you're not comfortable, or somebody just seems to be like a dog with a bone where they're grabbing onto a problem or a situation that's making you feel uncomfortable, and then you can do a break state NLP technique, and then all of a sudden that person will be just like, ugh, and they don't know what it is to do. So I'll teach you all about breaking state. Future pacing is also done to solidify in so that the client can actually see that the problem is gone. So breaking state is done to solidify what's known as hypnotic amnesia. And you can learn hypnotic amnesia in our advanced technique training in our modern mentoring. So simply just tap on the link below. So you can learn hypnotic amnesia in there. Once you've broken the state, you're doing hypnotic amnesia, and it snaps the person out of that tunnel vision that they've actually got going on. Okay? Future pacing is done with the client so that they can now verify that the issue is gone and it will not be a problem for them in the future. So they can actually start to go, wow, this is what life is like without the problem. This is fantastic. And then that makes sure that when they go out into their own usual world, that they're not actually going to start focusing on the problem again. So why and how do you break state? Okay, so after you have counted out your client from the hypnosis, you're like 5, 4, 3, nice deep breath, 2, 1, open your eyes. They're very relaxed and they're in a vulnerable state because they've been doing the hypnosis and they've just been enjoying the journey and in and out of sleep. And the unconscious mind is open and very receptive at this stage, and it needs to be closed so that that post-hypnotic suggestion that you created has been placed and solidified into the unconscious. So it's kind of like you've got the floodgates open. This person is very vulnerable at this stage, and if they go out into their world and they have a negative person in their world, as soon as that negative person says, oh, this is not going to work, you're just an idiot, bang, those gates are going to close because they're trying to protect. And then all of a sudden the hypnosis has worn off as such, because that person is such an influence on that other person's life that they've gone, oh, yeah, the problem came back. I don't know why it came back. So breaking state allows those gates to close. So when that negative person comes in again, they can't get through that gate into that unconscious mind. Okay, so the unconscious mind is open and receptive as soon as they come out of that hypnotic trance. So 5, 4, 3, nice deep breath. 2, 1, open your eyes. La la la. They're very relaxed and they're very easygoing. So you have to break the state. You have to close those gates so the unconscious mind can still be protected. So count your client out of hypnosis, and once they have their eyes open, ask a question that is completely off topic and bring the conscious back into full awareness. You'll actually see your client like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, open your eyes, and then you'll ask a random question like, it's kind of like Family Feud, where they hit that buzzer and they've got to answer a random question or a suggestion, and all of a sudden they're like, blah! I'm like, why did I say that? Because you're snapping in that conscious mind now. So ask questions that are completely random, that have got nothing to do with any part of the problem or the hypnosis, that have got nothing to do with the subject whatsoever. So ask questions like, so, what's for dinner? And they'll be like, and they'll actually go into an amnesia state because they've forgotten. Did you have breakfast this morning? What is that perfume that you're wearing? It's really lovely. What's the colour of your car again? What's your eldest child's name? Ask a question that is completely random, that nothing to do with the hypnosis. So, and it'll go exactly like this. So you're counting out your client, they're in that relaxed state. 5, 4, 3, 2. The client will open their eyes and take a nice deep breath. They'll open their eyes. They're still in a hypnotic trance when they're opening their eyes because they haven't brought themselves back to reality. And then all of a sudden you'll say to them, so, what's that perfume that you're wearing? And they'll go, oh, that's right. I put this on this morning. My son gave it to me for my birthday. Blah, blah, blah. And that's when you're breaking the state. You're taking them out of that unconscious state where they're vulnerable and bringing them back to the conscious really fast and quick. So you're snapping them back in. You're breaking that state. And now you're going to future pace them so that they understand that the problem is actually gone. Breaking state is a really great thing to do when people are fighting and in arguments as well. So, for example, if your partner is fighting with you, or perhaps you're at a sport and there's people fighting or something like that, you can break the state by being completely stupid or just asking something random, and the person will actually go, what? It'll break them out of that anger, out of that sadness, out of that frustration, and then all of a sudden they forget what it was that they were fighting about or talking about because they've lost their focus. That's what it's all about, losing the focus. You want them to lose the focus of the problem and start to focus on the solution. So if somebody's fighting with you and they're really, really nailing into you, ask them something random like, do you smell KFC chicken? And they'll be like, what? What's that got to do with anything? What was I talking about again? And you're like, yeah, seriously, can you smell KFC chicken? And then they can't tap into that anger the way they used to because you've broken them out of the state. So these questions are simple for your client to answer. You want to ask a completely random question, but something that's very, very simple. You can even ask something like, wow, I love the red color of that jacket. Where did you buy it? And they get them to stop for a few moments and actually access the information in their brain. So after those few moments have occurred, the conscious mind will then kick in, and you can watch for the physiology. The client will go relax to, oh, yeah, back to reality. And then you will solidify in that post-hypnotic suggestion into the unconscious. So between the breaking state and the future pacing, you can also do rescaling for the problem. So if you've done the scaling for the smoking or for the pain management or something like that, you do the scaling then, and now you can future pace them. So why do you future pace? Like I said before, your future pace is done as an evidence or a verification that the problem, it won't be available in the future. So after you break the state, you can future pace your client with the following wording. So you simply say to your client, imagine, picture, pretend you're out in the future 1 week from now when this unwarranted problem would usually occur. How is it different? And your client will answer because they're in that relaxed state, they're feeling strong, they're feeling motivated, and the client will answer and be like, you know what? It's not an issue. I've been so silly about this for so long, or it doesn't matter anymore. And then give your client a good stuff. Nod your head. Like, yes, wonderful. Wonderful. Okay? So future pace them and confirm that this is not going to be a problem for them anymore. So join me in the next video. I'm going to teach you all about post-hypnotic suggestions, so that way you can solidify those things that the client wants into their unconscious mind, and they can start achieving all of the goals and things that they want for their future. Whether it's quit smoking, weight loss, pain management, anxiety, depression, whatever it is, you can create a post-hypnotic suggestion so that you can then solidify that into the unconscious mind and help your client achieve all the things that they want to achieve in the future. So I will see you soon. Let me think. Can you imagine, pretend yourself out into the future when you're learning post-hypnotic suggestions and how wonderful it is to help people? Bring yourself back into the room. I'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.